And let me bring in Garrett Hake, who covers the president-elect for us. Garrett, I want to let folks know what we're expecting here. This just wrapped literally minutes ago. That is why we're on the air with breaking news. At some point this morning, we do expect to hear the audio proceedings here. No cameras were allowed in court, but we have been showing a couple of pictures to people, a couple of these still images, because you're seeing this here. This is the live stream. Obviously, President-elect Trump and his attorney, as they appeared virtually. There's one other photograph from inside the courtroom as well. Those are the only images we're getting, but we will hear this all play out. And when we do, Garrett, we will hear President-elect Trump speak because he had the opportunity to do so. He did. And as he has done in the past, he railed against this hush money case.
Yeah, that's right, Hallie. The president-elect's comments here would sound familiar to anyone who attended any of his rallies during the presidential campaign. He described this as a political prosecution against him designed to hurt him in the political campaign that has just concluded. Of course, it ended up having the opposite effect, at least in the Republican primaries, where it forced a sort of consolidation of Republicans around him. But nevertheless, the president-elect attacking prosecutors, suggesting it was the Department of Justice out to get him, out to weaken him along the way. He was more careful in his comments about the judge, although in the past he's been very critical of Judge Merchan, really kind of getting his feelings about this case off his chest for one last time, although I doubt we've heard the last from him on this topic. His attorney was much more circumspect, a little bit more careful in his remarks right before that, Todd Blanche, arguing that, the prosecutor's characterization of this case as just the normal carriage of justice in New York City is out of bounds, that this was a political prosecution. But it was Trump who has carried that line of attack and turned the case into a political rallying cry for his campaign, and now perhaps even in the early days of his second presidency, Hallie.
We talked a bit, and we'll get to Danny Savalos in just a second, our legal analyst here, Garrett, about the potential for an appeal here. And the president-elect has suggested he wants to appeal, I'm quoting him here, psychologically. Do we have any indication of what he means by that?
Candidly, Hallie, we do not. It is very much unclear what he means by that. But I think it goes to the point that Laura was just making, which is there's very little he can do here legally, but I think he will continue to fight the fight that he has done publicly here to say that this should never have happened. The crimes weren't real crimes. He believes he's an innocent man. He, in his remarks today, suggested that any mistakes here were done by others, by accountants, and not by him, and that he will try to clear his name in the public sphere, even if he can't do it in the legal one.